Title: The Forgotten Island. The sea had always been a mysterious entity to Alex. He grew up hearing tales of legendary sailors and the uncharted waters they navigated. As the son of a seasoned mariner, Alex had spent his childhood on the docks of Portwell, listening to the creaking of wooden ships and the whispers of the ocean breeze. But nothing could have prepared him for the journey that lay ahead. It began on a foggy morning, the kind that blurs the line between sea and sky. Alex was at the helm of his small sloop, the Windchaser, sailing alone for the first time. His father's words echoed in his mind: "The sea is both friend and foe. Respect her, and she'll guide you home." Alex had always respected the sea, but this time, it felt different, more ominous, as if the ocean were holding its breath. He was
Like the video and make the video reachable to English learners like you. Subscribe to get the latest uploads and never miss a video.
Day out from Portwell, on a course to deliver a message to the distant island of Torwain. The island was rumored to be cursed, but Alex didn't believe in curses. He was a man of reason, grounded in the practicalities of navigation and the hard realities of life at sea. But as the fog thickened, reducing visibility to mere feet, doubt began to creep into his mind. Suddenly, the Windchaser lurched violently to the starboard side, the force nearly throwing Alex off balance. He rushed to the edge of the boat, peering into the dense fog, but saw nothing. Just as he was about to dismiss it as a trick of the mind, he saw a shadow, a massive, dark shape moving beneath the water. It circled the sloop like a predator stalking its prey. Panic surged through Alex. He had heard tales of sea monsters, but those were just stories, right? His heart pounded in his chest as he struggled to keep the Windchaser on course. The shadow reappeared, this time closer, and Alex caught a glimpse of something enormous and ancient, its scales glinting in the dim light. Without warning, the creature rammed the sloop, sending Alex sprawling onto the deck. The ship creaked under the strain, the wood splintering as the beast's massive form crashed against it. Alex scrambled to his feet, grabbing the nearest weapon, a rusted harpoon, and aimed it at the shadow below. But the creature didn't attack again. Instead, it disappeared into the depths, leaving the Windchaser adrift and damaged. Alex quickly assessed the situation. The ship was taking on water, and he was miles from land. The fog made it impossible to navigate by the stars, and he had no idea where he was. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the fog began to lift, revealing a coastline in the distance. Alex squinted, trying to make out the details. It wasn't Torwain. This island was much larger, with jagged cliffs rising out of the sea and dense, green forests covering its interior. He had never seen it on any map, nor had he heard any sailor speak of it. With no other options, Alex steered the damaged sloop towards the island, praying that he would find safe harbor. As he approached, he noticed something odd: there were no signs of life. No birds in the sky, no animals along the shore. The island was eerily silent, as if it had been forgotten by time itself. Alex anchored the Windchaser in a small cove and waded ashore. The sand was cool beneath his feet, and the air smelled of salt and something else, something ancient and powerful. He felt a strange pull towards the forest, as if the island itself was beckoning him to explore. He made his way into the dense jungle, the underbrush thick and unyielding. The trees towered above him, their twisted branches blocking out the sun. As he ventured deeper, he noticed strange markings on the trees, symbols that he didn't recognize, but that felt disturbingly familiar. Hours passed, and the forest grew darker and more oppressive. Alex's instincts told him to turn back, but something kept him moving forward, deeper into the heart of the island. Finally, he emerged into a clearing, where he saw something that made his blood run cold. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient stone structure, covered in moss and vines. It was a temple, or perhaps a tomb, with a massive door carved with the same strange symbols he had seen in the forest. The air around it was heavy, as if the very island was holding its breath. Alex approached cautiously, his heart pounding in his chest. He could feel the weight of centuries pressing down on him, the remnants of a forgotten civilization that had long since vanished. As he reached out to touch the stone door, he felt a sudden chill, as if something was watching him. The door groaned as it slowly swung open, revealing a dark passageway leading into the depths of the temple. Alex hesitated for a moment, but the pull was too strong. He stepped inside, and the door slammed shut behind him, plunging him into darkness. He fumbled for his lantern, lighting it with trembling hands. The flickering light revealed a long corridor, lined with statues of ancient gods and goddesses, their eyes seeming to follow him as he passed. The walls were covered in more of the strange symbols, telling a story that Alex couldn't quite understand. As he ventured deeper into the temple, the air grew colder, and he could hear the faint sound of whispering, voices speaking in a language he didn't recognize. They seemed to be coming from the very walls, urging him onward, deeper into the heart of the temple. Finally, he reached the end of the corridor, where a massive chamber awaited him. In the center of the room stood a pedestal, and on it lay a glowing crystal, pulsing with a strange, otherworldly light. Alex approached it cautiously, his breath coming in short, shallow gasps. As he reached out to touch the crystal, the whispers grew louder, and the ground beneath him began to shake. The statues lining the walls came to life, their stone eyes glowing with an eerie light. They moved towards him, their stone bodies creaking as they raised their weapons. Alex grabbed the crystal, and a blinding light filled the chamber. The ground split open, and the temple began to crumble around him. He sprinted back down the corridor, the statues hot on his heels. The whispers grew into a deafening roar, and Alex felt the weight of the entire island pressing down on him. Just as he reached the entrance, the temple collapsed, burying the statues in a cloud of dust and debris. Alex burst out into the sunlight, gasping for air. The island seemed to have come alive, the ground trembling as the ancient magic that had been sealed away for centuries was unleashed. He stumbled back to the Windchaser, the crystal clutched tightly in his hand. The sea was calm, the fog had lifted, and the island was once again silent. But Alex knew that he had awakened something that would change the course of his life forever. As he set sail, leaving the island behind, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. The crystal pulsed with a strange energy, and he knew that his adventure was far from over. The Forgotten Island had revealed its secrets, but it had also set him on a path that would lead to even greater dangers, and perhaps, even greater discoveries. Alex sailed away from the Forgotten Island, his thoughts consumed by the glowing crystal and the secrets it might hold. The Windchaser moved steadily through the now calm waters, the ordeal of the past few days slowly sinking in. He felt a mix of relief and apprehension, the island's ancient magic still lingering in his mind. Days turned into weeks as Alex navigated through the open sea, the crystal resting securely in a compartment below deck. He had managed to repair most of the damage to his sloop, but the encounter with the mysterious creature and the collapsing temple had left him exhausted and weary. He found solace in the rhythmic sound of the waves and the occasional sighting of distant ships, which offered a fleeting sense of normalcy. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Alex noticed something unusual on the water's surface. A flickering light, like a distant beacon, danced across the waves. Curious, he adjusted his course to follow it. The light seemed to pulse in sync with the crystal, casting an eerie glow over the sea. Hours passed, and the beacon grew brighter, leading him toward an uncharted island. Unlike the foreboding nature of the last island, this one looked inviting, with its lush greenery and gentle waves lapping against the shore. Alex anchored the Windchaser and waded ashore, feeling a strange sense of déjà vu. As he ventured into the island's interior, he encountered a thriving community of people who greeted him with curiosity and warmth. They were an insular group, their society deeply rooted in ancient traditions and customs. Their leader, a wise woman named Elara, welcomed Alex and invited him to their village. Elara listened intently as Alex recounted his journey and the discovery of the crystal. Her eyes widened with recognition as she gazed at the artifact. "You have found the heart of Alaris," she said, her voice filled with awe. "It is said to be a source of great power, capable of controlling the elements and revealing hidden truths." Elara explained that the heart of Alaris had been lost for centuries, and its reappearance was a sign of great change. The village had long protected the island from outsiders, believing that the crystal's power must remain hidden. But now that Alex had found it, the crystal's influence was undeniable. the villagers were cautious but willing to learn more about the heart of Alaris. Elara guided Alex through ancient texts and rituals, trying to understand the crystal's purpose. They discovered that the heart was a key to a hidden chamber deep within the island, a place that could unlock secrets about the land's past and its connection to the sea. As Alex delved deeper into the village's lore, he learned of a prophecy that spoke of a seeker who would awaken the heart and restore balance to the world. The prophecy hinted that the heart's power was not meant for one person alone but for all to share in harmony. Elara and the villagers offered Alex their assistance in exploring the hidden chamber. Together, they embarked on a journey through the island's dense forests and treacherous caves. The path was fraught with challenges, raging rivers, dark tunnels, and ancient traps designed to protect the chamber from intruders. Despite the dangers, Alex and his companions persevered. They deciphered ancient inscriptions and solved intricate puzzles, gradually making their way to the heart of the island. The air grew colder, and a sense of anticipation filled the group as they approached the chamber's entrance. The entrance was adorned with intricate carvings and glowing runes. Alex placed the heart of Alaris into a slot on the door, and it responded with a radiant light, causing the massive stone door to slowly creak open. Inside was a grand chamber, filled with relics and artifacts from a bygone era. In the center of the room stood a large pedestal with a crystal-clear pool of water. As Alex approached the pool, he noticed that it reflected not just the physical world but also glimpses of past events and future possibilities. The heart of Alaris, when placed near the pool, activated its power, allowing Alex to see visions of ancient civilizations, lost knowledge, and future paths. Through the visions, Alex discovered the true purpose of the heart. It was not merely a tool of power but a bridge between the past and future, a means of understanding and guiding the world's destiny. The visions revealed that the island's previous inhabitants had used the heart to maintain balance and harmony, but over time, their knowledge had been lost. With the knowledge gained from the heart, Alex and the villagers knew they had a responsibility to protect and use its power wisely. They returned to the village, where Elara and the community began to restore their ancient traditions and share their newfound understanding with the world. Alex decided to stay with the villagers for a time, learning their ways and contributing to their efforts. He felt a deep connection to the island and its people, realizing that his adventure had led him to more than just a discovery. It had forged a bond between him and a community with a shared purpose. As the years went by, Alex became a revered figure among the villagers, helping to guide them and maintain the balance of power within the island. He never forgot his journey or the trials he faced, but he found fulfillment in his role as a guardian of the heart of Alaris. And so, the Forgotten Island was no longer lost to the world. It became a place of knowledge and harmony, where the past and future were intertwined, and where the spirit of adventure continued to thrive.